Hello, morning manna people. Today we are still in the Old Testament, hearing from one of our prophets. We're hearing from the prophet Jeremiah in chapter 17, verses 7 through 8. So here, these words of the prophet Jeremiah in the NRSV translation. And just a heads up, these words might sound a little familiar. They sound a lot like Psalm 1 that we read several weeks ago. But Jeremiah's reminder to us again is a good one. We often need reminders as we think about happiness, especially not being circumstantial. So hear these words of Jeremiah 17, 7 through 8. Blessed are those who trust in the Lord, those whose trust is the Lord. They shall be like a tree planted by water, sending out its roots by the stream. It shall not fear when heat comes, and its leaves shall stay green. In the year of drought it is not anxious, and it does not cease to bear fruit. Not to beat a dead horse. Actually, I wrote that, and I really don't like that saying because I really love horses. So let me rewind and rephrase that and say, not to sound like a broken record, but did you hear, as I read Jeremiah 17, did you hear how cultivating habits, immersing ourselves in healthy community of faith, and letting go of the non-essential stuff keeps us from being completely planted in God, all work together so that happiness cannot be circumstantial? Did you hear that? We need habits. We need community, and we must have the ability to let go and to let God, to be happy no matter what life throws at us. Jeremiah seems to say that in his own eloquent way, again to us this morning, as Psalm 1 did. But we humans, if we really are being honest with ourselves and others, we tend to be a little bit hard-headed. We are creatures of habit. So perhaps we need, and it is in our Bibles over and over again, that we need our habits of faith, we need community, and we need to cultivate the art of letting go. But I've already said that to you this week. So what's in the scripture that's new for us this morning? I want us to focus this morning that our happiness is contagious. If we're doing all those things that Jeremiah, Psalm 1, and so many others say that we should be doing that lead to happiness, then our happiness bears fruit, in the words of Jeremiah. When we can stay connected with God, when the heat comes, that is testimony to others that our happiness is not of this world, that our happiness comes from God, who is the source of all our happy. Our well-cultivated habits help us grow in our trust of God. Those healthy habits help us stay planted beside living water. Those healthy habits and community help us not wither when the heat comes. They help us remain calm in times of anxiousness, and to find happiness in any circumstance. This is all noticed by others, and that is an opportunity for us to invite others to know the God who is the source of all our happiness. So remember this week, something that the United Methodist Bishop here in South Carolina, Jonathan Holston, likes to say and says to us often as clergy people: you just may be the only scripture someone reads. So when people read you, what are they reading? Do they read this scripture from Jeremiah 17? Do they come to know through you the God who is the source of all happy? Be happy, but also know that being happy, is bearing fruit. So may your happiness bear fruit.